For people that just work around water, you know, a guy or a gal in a high-vis jacket in flood conditions, or working on a lock or a harbour. I mean, there's a huge list. Environmental technicians, utility workers, lorry drivers working in the night in flood conditions. Actually, that's where the blind spot is. That's where people are receiving traditional, commonplace health and safety training, like working at height, working with chemicals, first aid, power tools, all that sort of thing. But water safety is being missed.
This event really came about because of a terrible incident where two brothers drowned on a lake that was managed by a farm, and HSE prosecuted the farming company. And when I looked into the incident, I could see that training was a key issue. So I looked around on the web, as you do, to see what training was available. And whilst there was plenty of training on working on boats, sailing and so on, there was nothing really about preparing to work on water. So I wrote an article asking if anybody knew that in the IOSH journal. And I'm pleased to say that two companies, three really, but two particular, came and said, we've just developed some training and we need to find out how to break it to the industry. So it was perfect timing. IOSH offered to convene this event. We found this fabulous venue, ideal for it, and we'll be showing people the alternative methods for training, but more importantly, practical methods for working on or near the water. Okay, well, speaking today for us, we have Damien Hall from the RLSS, that's the Royal Life Saving Society. Okay, also speaking, we have Jerry Melhuish and James McLean from WaterWise. They've developed a training package as well, which is suitable, and that's been used by the CITB. So we have speakers from the construction side too, from CITB. HSE are speaking as well, and a range of others who are sharing their experiences of when incidents went wrong.
We had an incident 4 or 5 years ago now which had the potential to be fatal, where one of our vessels rolled over and sank, and part of the investigation that ensued from that identified a lack of awareness of competency levels for staff working in this unique environment. So that caused us to look at what we could do more as an employer to help people understand that, and from that we've developed, in conjunction with Canal and River Trust and the CITB, an online training business that looks specifically at raising awareness at a baseline level for people who work in and around water.
The thrust of today has been about prevention and seeing water safety in all its aspects, starting with understanding and prevention. However, we do need to have a good emergency response. So if people are working around water, particularly in a construction sites where there are a lot of people working around, then we need to have an emergency action plan, and that's going to define who's going to do what. If somebody goes in the water, how are we going to get them out? How will we respond effectively without putting other people at risk?
Thought today has been absolutely fabulous. Really enjoyed the professionalism of all the people who have been talking. Fabulous to see water safety being taken so seriously, because it's something that does get forgotten about by employers.
Stopping things at source is very much the key to the water safety issues. It's very similar to other health and safety legislation, that there are hierarchies of control, and the top of the hierarchy is preventing the thing from happening in the first place. So if you can prevent people from actually falling into the water, you don't have to have all of the rest of the hazard that goes along with trying to get them out and do an effective rescue. And there can be some significant issues with respect to other people's safety when they're trying to rescue people. I've really enjoyed some of the practical elements today. I think one of the key things that's come home to me is the comment that was made about, if you haven't actually experienced it, you don't really understand it. Now, clearly I'm not advocating people go out and start jumping into water, especially after I've said that we want to prevent people going into water in the first place. But I think it's a very interesting comment And it's even more critical then that people who are doing the planning make sure that they understand that. Perhaps talk to someone who has gone into the water before, so they can actually understand what some of the key issues are.
So today we've been looking at the rescue formula and basic principles of working around and working in water, and the rescue formula being the shout, the reach, the throw. To sort of demonstrate those principles and those techniques, we've used a variety of different rescue adjuncts, including a rescue pole, an inflatable reach system, and also the throw bag system. We've used a casualty to simulate an unconscious casualty, a conscious casualty, and a compliant casualty. And we've applied the rescue formula to that. And also some basic sort of techniques around water, how to keep yourself safe, and just some general discussion on basic health and safety.
The thing I've enjoyed most about the day are the practical demonstrations, seeing people on land, recovering people from the water, and also recovering people by driving a boat out. I think the main takeaway of the day is that occupational water health and safety really does need to be taken a little more seriously.
I found it very, very useful today. I work across a range of industries, and it's quite interesting to find that everybody is experiencing similar types of situations regarding training and competency.
If somebody works around water, if they know people that work around water, or if they know people that employ people that work around water, they have an idea in their head that there's an extra layer of training, awareness, safety provision that should be provided, that probably isn't happening right now. So it's just that initial sense of acknowledgement of there's something more we need to do, and that illuminates this blind spot, if you like, so that somebody that's going out into a working environment where they're going to be around water has a sense of hazard awareness. They understand exactly what the hazards are, and they have a sense of some basic control measures and emergency responses that, although in their own way are small measures, could mean, really important, well, really the important difference between life and death.